And it is saying that there is a 0% arrival right now. So it is a bit of a stretch. We were up to 2% arrival, then it dropped to 1, then it dropped to -2, then it was -3, now it's -4. What is that thumping sound?
I don't know, that's what I'm worried about.
Scenic overlook. It looks like more like overgrown. Well, there it is. Welcome to Pennsylvania. All right, we're in Pennsylvania now. We got a Rip It Up 15. Back, oh, there goes the wipers. Nothing there. Well, we have a quick road trip ahead of us. We are leaving here Tuesday night and have to be in New Jersey for a wedding on Thursday. Then we have to be home by Sunday evening to be back at work on Monday. So a quick trip, 700 miles from here in Myrtle Beach to New Jersey, and of course 700 miles back. And of course we're gonna need a car for this trip that's going to get good range, that's gonna charge really well and have really good efficiency. But since we don't have one of those, we're gonna take the Tesla Model 3 Performance. All right, everybody. Well, I, of course, am joking. We have our 2022 Tesla Model 3 Performance behind us, which is a fantastic car. It does get decent efficiency. Of course, it would be more efficient if it was the non-performance version. And also, of course, it does decent charging speeds, albeit it is the typical Tesla charging curve, so not so great once you get like past 50%. But this is going to be a pretty interesting trip. We actually just have a very short trip to make, 5 days total. Basically, we're gonna leave here as soon as my wife gets home from work. We're basically jumping in the car, driving about 4 hours tonight to get to a hotel. And then tomorrow we got about another 8 hours ahead of us to get to North Jersey, which will be Wednesday afternoon. And then of course the following day we have a wedding to go to. So this is gonna be a quick trip. And then Friday is actually Halloween, so happy Halloween to everybody. You're gonna see this probably way into December whenever I get this video released. But we are going on this trip, and we decided to take the Tesla Model 3 Performance. I haven't taken this car on a really long road trip in a while, so I figured it was about time to do so. Of course, if you follow the channel, you know we have our 2025 F-150 Lightning, which we just picked up earlier this year. We love that truck. We've been road tripping it like crazy, and that truck's gonna be home to get some rest because it's got quite a few miles on it. It's got over almost 6,000 miles on it by now, and I think we've only had it for about 6 or 7, maybe you'll going on 7 months now. So we've been putting a lot of miles on the truck, and of course, if you've been with the channel for a long time, you know that we actually have a 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E with the small battery. So definitely not as not much of a range monster as we would like it to be because of that small battery, but still a very, very good vehicle. Unfortunately, the charging is really its Achilles heel in the 2021 Mach-E. It just does not have a good charging curve. It maxes out at about 115 kilowatt, which is only about half of what the Tesla Model 3 behind us will do. And yeah, that would be at least 45-minute charges for most of the time to get that battery up to a decent charge so we could get about 200 miles. So we're going to take the Tesla Model 3 Performance because we think this is the best one for this application here. And of course, you know, once again, we haven't taken it on a road trip in a while, so I figured stretch its legs out a little bit, get it onto a road trip. So looking forward to it. But we are charging up. We're almost at 100%. It's sitting at 99%, doing that top balance thing that Teslas do, and which is good because I haven't actually top balanced this car in probably over a year if I were to take a guess. And so it would be really nice to get this thing up to 100% and see how far we can go, because we do have a hotel in mind for tonight that does have level 2 charging. And if we can get to that hotel without having to charge on the way there, then that means that we can potentially just plug the car in overnight, get the car charged up as most as possible overnight, and then we can get right back on the road again without having to stop to charge either tonight or tomorrow morning, which would be fantastic. So that's kind of our goal right now. So let's jump in the car. I'll show you where we're stopping for tonight, or at least our goal for tonight is to stop here. If for some reason we can't, let's say we can't charge at the hotel, we might just keep going a little further, hit a supercharger or another DC fast charger, and then find another hotel maybe down the road a little further. The further we go, the less we have to do tomorrow. So that's kind of the way I'm thinking of it. Anyway, let's jump in the car and take a look at our route for tonight, and we'll see how this will go, hopefully. All right, so taking a quick look here, you can see that we're currently at 99% state of charge. It says we've got about 30 minutes remaining on the charge. We're sitting at 1 kilowatt, so we're just literally top charging this battery as high as it can go. So we are just kind of waiting for that to top charge. And here it says that we have about 230 miles, about 4 hours in for this trip to happen, and it wants us to stop at this supercharger. So let's see what happens when we hit remove all charging stops. Let's see if it says that we can make it. That is what we are curious about. All right, so it does say that we have to stay below 64 miles an hour to reach the destination above 10%. So I can adjust my arrival percentage, so we can do set arrival energy. So I have it set for 5, which is fine. Let's see if that changes anything there. I don't know if that was saved. It still wants us to stop at a supercharger, remove all charging stops, and let's see what this gives us. All right, so now it says we could stay below 67 miles per hour to reach the destination above 10%. And it is saying that there is a 0% arrival right now. So it is a bit of a stretch to make this trip. Though it does say round trip estimate negative 80%. So, I mean, that kind of makes me to believe that, you know, we should theoretically be able to get there with about 90% state of charge. As you can see, here's our current route there. So we might just have to try it and see how it goes. But yeah, that's what it's saying, about 229 miles to get there. And I assume this is taking the most efficient route, or at least the route that is more capable of getting us there efficiently. I suppose we can try a couple other ones here and see what this does. Nope, that says negative 8%. What about this one here? That says negative 12%. So yeah, so it is assuming that this one at 0% is the most efficient route we have as an option. So can we make it in one charge? That is definitely the question. And yeah, we may just end up having to add some charging stops along the way. So let's just kind of give ourselves an idea here of what we are looking at. Yep, okay, so that Wilson, North Carolina supercharger. So yeah, so that's a little bit, let's see. Let's take a look at other options. So yeah, we do have some other options of superchargers here and here. So we do have some options after that one. So I would say we should at least, at the minimum, yeah, we got one there. Oh, we got a big one there. Oh, I know which one that is. That's the one we, Halifax. Yeah, I think that's the one that we hit with the Lightning. We were able to get there with the Lightning on a single charge, so I can't imagine that this can't do it either. So yeah, we'll just have to play this by ear, see how things go. Now, it is raining outside, and it is a little bit on the cool side. It's 63 right now. That might be actually counting in the garage. Let's see what this says. Yeah, so 55 degrees. So we might be using a little bit of heat tonight on our drive. So there are some other potential complications here that could affect our trip. All right, anyway, that's pretty much our game plan for now, is to get on the road and get to hopefully the hotel on a single charge. If not, we have some bailout options to hit some superchargers along the way. We'll just see how it progresses as we drive. And the goal is to basically hopefully get to the hotel before 10 o'clock tonight, get the car plugged in, hopefully sleep for a little bit, and then tomorrow morning get back on the road, because we have quite a long drive tomorrow morning. But at least we're getting about a third of it done. Anyway, we shall see you in the car here as we leave. All right, just about to get on the road. Just remembered I got to reset our trip odometers here, so we have one for the whole trip there and back, and a little bit extra around driving up there, and our trip up to New Jersey. So we'll put that in our trip cards. There we go. We have 26,700 miles on the Model 3, so not too bad over about 3 years and change. I think we've had this car, or just under 3 years now. But yep, we're getting on the road. Unfortunately, it is still a little raining outside, but hopefully it clears up. It's not too bad. And right now, once again, this is showing to get to the hotel, a 0% state of charge. So yeah, so we might have to stop before we get there, but we're gonna see what we can do, and hopefully we can pull out a miracle here. We'll see. Let's get on the road. Alright, well, you join us in the Model 3 as we are just getting onto the road now, and so right now it's showing a 0% arrival, so we'll see how things go. It's still kind of raining outside, still kind of miserable, but this will probably be one of the only clips you see of us in the daylight, because it is already getting dark outside. It's 6 o'clock, and so we left a little before 6, so we'll see what we do. It says we're going to get there about 9:45.
And that's not too bad.
No, and that's if we don't stop.
Oh.
So if we do have to stop to charge, say 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I didn't book the hotel yet.
You didn't?
I did not.
Oh.
And the reason for that is because it does have a level 2 charger there. However, it's 4 chargers. It's like a two post charge point and a 2-post charge point. One of the posts has been down for like a while now, months.
Uh-oh.
So there's only 2 available charging stations at this hotel. So if we get there and there's no place to plug in, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
So there is a DC fast charger just literally across the parking lot that we can use. It's extremely expensive. It's like a Blink charger. So that is our backup option if we get there really low and we don't have a level 2 at the hotel.
Okay.
Then we need to decide whether or not we want to stay there for the night or maybe keep going a little further to like another hotel.
Okay.
Possibly. So that's kind of where we're at with that.
Okay. I thought you booked it the other night.
I was about to book the hotel, and then I just said, you know what? Hold on. Let's see about what happens as we go, and
okay.
We'll just see.
All right.
So there's quite a bit of traffic out here, and yada yada yada. So we'll just kind of take it slow and see how things go, and then we'll just we'll see if we want to stop, or if we feel good, we could go another maybe hour or something and stop at 11 o'clock or whatever. But I figure we'll get to the hotel, if we could get to the hotel on the first charge. Maybe what we'll do is if we have to stop early at a supercharger, we can stop there, and then I can take a look at my phone to see if the chargers look full, because by that time they should be either full or open, because it's going to be 10 o'clock or whatever. So we should have an idea at that point. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of the game plan right now. Try to pull into the hotel around 10 o'clock, hopefully without having to stop, and yeah, go from there. And we were just talking about how, like, when we got the F-150 and we did the same trip, we were able to get to basically where this hotel is on the first charge.
Yeah, so you still have a lot of battery left.
Well, yeah, we got in with like 9%, I think, or 8% in the F-150 Lightning. Now, obviously, much bigger battery, but not as good efficiency. No. Probably half as good efficiency.
Yeah.
So I really feel like we should be able. It says 1% now.
Oh.
Okay, so if we keep up with this pace,
we might be alright.
We should be fine. So I'll just have you research those chargers as we get closer, just to make sure everything looks okay.
Yeah.
But if we can keep ticking up percent over the next few hours, I think we'll be alright.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our plans. Hopefully we can get out of this miserable weather. I have no idea which way the weather's coming from. I can check on here. But yeah, hopefully we can get out of this weather. Hopefully we can get out of some of this traffic in the next hour or so, and have a pretty smooth sail.
Sorry.
You tired already? You gonna fall asleep? It was a long day at work.
It was a very long day.
But anyway, alright, we'll see you on the road. dark outside, and we are still traveling. It's still raining. It's pretty miserable out. We just hit a 50-mile mark. You can take a look down here. You can see that we are just over 50 miles into this trip at 281 watt-hour per mile here. So not good considering we were only doing about 55 average most of this trip. So we're definitely getting some resistance from the rain and the water being on the roads. So if you look down here, you could see that we were up to 2% arrival, then it dropped to 1, then it dropped to -2, then it was -3, now it's -4. So it is not looking very promising as far as making it to the hotel on a single charge, unless we really slow down. But I feel like we've already slowed down, you know, quite a bit, and we are still struggling to gain the buffer, or any buffer for that matter. So I mean, I guess we'll know more once we hit 95, but I think we're just going to end up having to stop at some point. So that is kind of where we're at right now, and we'll just kind of update you as we go. But like I said, it's dark outside, it's still raining and miserable. I think we're going to be in this rain for like another hour, and then hopefully we will get to the hotel still by 10 o'clock. That's my goal. Anyway, let's get back on the road. Pointing this out real quick, we just hit 75% state of charge. If you look up here, so 75% state of charge, and we just hit 60 miles of range. And so theoretically, at this pace, we should be able to do 240 miles on a full battery charge. So theoretically, we should have 180 miles left. It shows 168 to the hotel, so we should have a 12-mile buffer based on that. But of course, we haven't even hit the major highway yet, which is Route 95. So 95 being what 95 is, which is I think a 70-mile-per-hour speed limit in North Carolina. So being that is, we're gonna lose our efficiency. We're right now at 279 watt-hour per mile, so about 280. So we're still not even at 4 miles per kilowatt-hour, which is crazy. So yeah, so I don't think we're gonna make it to the hotel, not unless we get like a really good tailwind or you know, something like that happens. So we're probably going to have to charge. It's right now saying -3% arrival, so we're definitely gonna have to charge. I don't think we're gonna have the ability to get all the way to the hotel, not unless we want to do 60 miles an hour on 95, which is just not safe. So we will probably stop in the next hour or two. Once we get out to 95, we start rolling and making some time and start burning through some of this juice. We'll probably look for the next charger in line, and then we'll just stop there for, you know, 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever, just enough for us to get to the hotel tonight, because we don't want to waste too much time charging. We just kind of want to get to the hotel, and hopefully the level 2 charger will be there and available. We can just plug in and then get checked in for the night. But getting on to 95 here. You can see we're at 57% state of charge, and we're still hovering around that 280 watt-hour per mile, which is probably not going to get any better at this point. And we are almost at the halfway point as far as mileage goes. We hit the halfway point for time, but we still got about another 10 miles or so before we hit the halfway point of mileage. So just over, or just under 2 hours left in this trip. And yeah, so far everything's looking good. You can still see we have a -2 arrival at the hotel, so I'm still thinking we're gonna probably need to stop beforehand. So probably in the next 20-30 minutes, I'll probably pick a charger up the road, throw that into the navigation, and we'll just stop there for, like I said, 5-10 minutes, probably just use the restroom, and then back on the road we go. I don't see that -2 getting any better in the near future. Anyway, we are, except we are kind of behind this tractor trailer right now. That might actually kind of help us. So anyway, we're gonna keep cruising. We'll update you as we go. Zone, so we've been slowing down. We're at 37%. You can see up here, oh, well, actually it's gone now. It was saying if we stay below like 73, it kept changing, 75, 73, 71. We would get there with above 5%, then it was saying 3%. So yeah, so it was giving us some hints of what we could do to improve our arrival. Down here we see we're about 150 miles into this trip, and our efficiency has not really gotten much worse. So we went from about 280 watt-hour per mile to 285. So really not too bad. I think that water on the road really kills that efficiency, which is a shame, but you know, it is what it is. Over here you can see we are still cruising, and it says that we are going to have about a 3% arrival. So that is awesome to see. So hopefully that stays put. I'm going to keep it at, once again, the speed limit, just to keep things easy. And we have a charger pretty close to the pretty close to the hotel, Supercharger, if we need to stop for some reason. But in the meantime, we're looking pretty good to just get to the hotel. Once again, there's one level 2 available right now. I just checked the app again, and if for some reason that is blocked or it gets taken by the time we get there, there is a DC fast charger in the parking lot, well, the parking lot next to it, that we can steal for, you know, 5 minutes just to get enough charge so the car's not sitting at a low state of charge overnight. And then we can get back on the road again tomorrow and hit a supercharger early in the morning. Or hopefully we get the level 2 and we just jump in the car and get back on the road. That's the goal. Anyway, that is where we're at, and we'll see you probably in about an hour. Pretty good. It says we got a 7% arrival right now, and that is because we are just sticking at that 65 mile an hour. We're going to build up a little bit of buffer. I'd like to have, you know, maybe about 8 or 9% when I get there, just in case. You never know. And yeah, so we're still doing perfectly fine. We've basically been pacing behind these trucks here for probably over an hour again, and yeah, looking good. You can see we have some charger options. We're going to just about pass one right here. And then we have the one big one way up here. That is the big 60 stall one that is right before. So worst case scenario, if we do not feel comfortable, we do have a few miles prior to our exit there that we can stop. So yeah, looking pretty good. So we are I am paying attention. So we are just basically keep driving. A couple things I want to note real quick is the LED matrix headlights have been absolutely amazing. I mean, my high beams have basically been on for the last 2 hours and haven't blinded a single person. And I love watching the matrix work. So you can see it just like cut out stuff as, you know, you drive by it. Really cool. Another thing I want to make a point on is autopilot. Autopilot is absolutely amazing. Considering, you know, and I don't have full self-driving, I don't pay for that, but like the base autopilot is just an absolute amazing thing to have while driving, and it just takes so much stress off it. I like it a lot better than the Ford Blue Cruise lane centering assistant, not necessarily hands-free. Hands-free is very good, but I gotta say I almost prefer to have autopilot because it keeps me engaged enough where I feel comfortable by having to, you know, hit the stalk or hit some buttons on the wheel, or, you know, just it keeps me a little bit more engaged, and therefore I feel just a little more comfortable with autopilot. So yeah, it's just really cool. I'm really happy that we took this car on this drive. Really remind me of all the awesome software and technology that Tesla has in their vehicles. So, all right, well, we will see you in about a half an hour as we get off the exit for our hotel. Hopefully our hotel for the night. Oh, look, nice pavement. Sweet. Up to that big charger there, that 60 stall, and we're just about to pass it here in a couple of miles, and you can see right beyond that is our destination. Wow, they are cranking. Man, he must have been doing 80 miles an hour. We are at 221 miles, and as you can see, we're at 9% state of charge, so we're just cruising down the last bit of 95 for the night. It looks like it's starting to spit a little bit more outside as well, so it looks like we might be in for hopefully not more rain before we get to our hotel. But yeah, overall doing well. Car's feeling great, and yeah, like I said, we're going to be coming up on that supercharger. So absolute worst case scenario, we could backtrack about 5 miles and we can hit that supercharger tonight if absolutely necessary, but I don't think it will be. We close this out, you can see we got about 6 miles to our exit, and about 7 minutes till we get there, and 7% state of charge on arrival. That actually has stabilized pretty much, and that's a 6.8 here, so 6.5, 6, oh, it went down a little bit. But anyway, we're looking at about 7%, 6 to 7% arrival, which is perfectly fine. All right, we'll see you there. Made it to the hotel, looking for the charger. Oh, there's the blink chargers up there, so these should be I think they were across the way, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're right. Yep, I think I see them. There they are. Good old charge points. So one of these is down. I see an extension cord being run from that pole over there. So let's see, let's find out. All right, and let's see, it's yelling at us, vehicle battery low, charge now. Okay, well that's good, we're at a charger. So we are looking at 229 miles to get here at about 280 watt-hour per mile. So actually our efficiency got pretty good actually as we were doing 65. So let's see if these chargers work now. That is going to be the question of the evening. Gotta grab my adapter here. All right. Okay, so it looks like that one is available. Authorizing. Awesome. And shows wattage. It's so weird how one of these is bad, but the other one is fine. And that's what it was showing on the app. Well, let's hope that's the case. We still haven't gotten any... Well, we're blinking. Blinking green there. And we are, it says 30 amp. Yeah, 12 hours, 45 minutes to 100%. So we are charging. Awesome, that worked out perfectly. 6% arrival. No worries. All right, cool. All right, well, we're gonna just, I guess, I'm gonna book the hotel from
here.
My phone, I guess, unless they could give us a better deal at the counter, but that's what we're gonna do. All right, well, we'll probably see you in the morning. Still misty and drizzly, but we charged all night, and I think we're close to 90% right now, so that's good. All right, well, it's gonna get packed up, and then we're gonna take a look at the route for today, and then we'll figure out what we need to do to get to New Jersey, so stay tuned. All right, so we are looking at, we're at 86% right now, so we will be close to about 87 by the time we're ready to go. Just about 8 o'clock in the morning, so we are doing pretty well. You can see all our stats from yesterday, which we went over. So I know our tire pressure is going to be a little low because it's pretty cold outside. We've actually just recently had a little bit of a cold snap even at home, so this is kind of a thing I got to keep my eye on, because we might need to pump those up when we get up to Jersey. But other than that, we are looking to go to Rockaway. So let's see what we're looking at. And we're not going to be cutting through Washington because I always hate that route. So what we're going to do is probably cut through out this way. I think it's 66 or something. I think it's by Fredericksburg. Yep, here it is, 17. All right, GoPro failure there. Anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna not go through Washington. I always like to skip Washington, and we always like to go inland a little bit. So I think once we get up towards like Fredericksburg, we take this 17 here, that takes us westbound, goes around, and that takes us out to 81, right around there. So that is sort of our goal, is to get that far. So yeah, that's kind of our plan. We're gonna try to get there today, and then continue up 81 all the way into New Jersey. So how do I change this? That is the question. So we have, all right, so all I did here is I just threw in a charger that was up here on our route here. So this is up towards 81 here, and then it adjusted exactly how we wanted to. So get up 95 to Fredericksburg, go that northwest route, and that should take us straight up to 81, and then we can adjust from there. So that's what we're going to do, and then we take 81 all the way into Pennsylvania through 78 to Route 80 into Rockaway, New Jersey, which is where we're heading. And so yep, that's our goal for today, so that's what we're going to do. So we'll go ahead, unplug. We're now at 87%. We're warming up the car a little bit as well. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So let's get on the road. I've adjusted the trip a little bit, so we're going to be stopping at this Bealton, Virginia. It says we're going to get there with about 21%. Then we'll be in Martinsburg, West Virginia, which is the one off of, west of 95 there, off of on 81. And then Hamburg, Pennsylvania, and that's it. So we only got 3 stops for today, which is pretty good. All of our arrivals look pretty good as well. So 21% in Bealton. We'll see if we can maybe get that a little lower. 16% in Martinsburg, and then 10% in Hamburg, and then at the house with 10%. So looking pretty good. And yeah, so hopefully this weather will clear up, because right now it looks pretty awful outside. But yeah, other than that, we are pretty good. So I have this fancy thing here that we're going to try today, which is the more for testing purposes than a necessity, but this is the EVject 2.0 that recently came out, probably earlier this year. And this is one of those escape connectors. So if you're charging at a supercharger and you need to, if you're sitting in your car and you need to get away real quickly because you're being attacked by a bear or a person or something like that, you can actually plug this in between the supercharger and your car, and it will allow you to get away without having to unplug your car. So we're just going to actually test it today just to see how it works. We're actually not going to be breaking it in half per se. We're going to be testing the charging capabilities. But yeah, so I figured I'm going to be doing a video on this as well, so this will probably be part of that video. And we'll see how this thing works today as far as just from a charging standpoint, see how well it works and kind of go from there. But yeah, so hopefully this weather clears up and it'll be a little bit nicer today. It's still raining and it's cloudy and just miserable, but we left a couple minutes after 8 o'clock and it says we're going to be in Rockaway at 5. So the goal is to try to be in Rockaway by 5 o'clock, which should get us there for about dinner time. And yeah, so that is our plan so far. So stay along with us as we make our way up 95 for a while. So here we go. Alright, well, on the road we go this morning, and it's looking like a pretty straightforward day. It's Wednesday, so hopefully it's going to be pretty clear out here most of the day. I think the only time we'll hit some traffic is once we get into Jersey. We hit some of that rush hour traffic on 80, but we should be going the opposite way of it anyway. But other than that, we did pretty good last night, so we just left the house at 100%, got to the hotel at 7%. 6% technically, because I made that wrong turn. I missed the turn. Plugged into the level 2 at 6 kilowatt, got us at to like 87% before we left. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. We haven't wasted a minute to charge yet.
No.
You know, we have not had to go out of our way to charge whatsoever. We literally left the house full, got to the hotel dead, left the hotel almost full, and we won't be stopping until we're about 6.5 hours into this trip, basically.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Pretty good. I think that was a good plan.
Yeah.
So we got a decent rate on the hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good thing we waited there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All good.
All good. So anyway, we are heading up for the wedding tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a couple days to kind of do some things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we have a few days up in Jersey to kind of go back to do a couple things and hang out and whatever. But yeah, that's about it for now. What else you got? Want to talk about anything else?
Ride was good last night. It wasn't too bad. Just some rain.
Yeah, lots of rain.
But not bad at all.
It had us cutting through all these back roads. Did you notice that? Like, it wasn't our normal roads we take out to 95 because it was trying to like be super efficient, and like it was trying to get us to the hotel without having to charge. So like it took us all these cut through back roads to like minimize the mileage and the speed.
It was a little strange.
Yeah, that was a very weird. It was a very weird way of going about it, but.
Yeah.
We said remove charging stops, so we said, okay, well, this is what you got to do to get there then.
Yeah.
And, you know, we got there with
6%.
6%. So, I mean, it did exactly what it needed to. It was right on the money. And, yeah, we did drive a little slower last night. We were doing about 65 most of the way on the highway. But, I mean, there wasn't really that many people on the road anyway. It was pretty dead last night, so. But, yeah, that worked out perfectly. Got to the hotel, plugged in. Boom. All right, well, we are just going to keep heading out in this direction for a while. I think we're coming up on Richmond here in a little bit, about 45 miles, something like that. And then once we hit Richmond, I think it's telling us that we want to go through Richmond, which is always an interesting... Yeah, it wants us to go through Richmond as opposed to going around the Beltway. So I don't know what to do. Maybe we'll play it by ear and see if we have that extra buffer. It might just be worth going around it. because there's never traffic going around it, and you can see that there's a little traffic going through it. So we might just do that. But we'll decide when we get there. We got about half an hour, 40 minutes before we have to worry about that decision. But we'll see. All right, well, we just passed the break between 295 and 95, and we're staying on 95 because, number one, Tesla's navigation is telling us to do so. But also, right before there was a big sign above the highway that said car fire on 295. So obviously there was a reason why it didn't want us to go 295, because it said the right 2 lanes were closed. So I think that only leaves, depending on where it is, only 1, maybe 2 lanes open on 295. So yeah, so definitely this is probably the better route. Now the navigation has also been bouncing between like 20% and like 10% back and forth a little bit, and it's pretty stable now on 11%. So by going 295, we'd end up burning a little bit more juice, and I'd rather pull into the charger at around 10%. That's usually where you get your best charging speeds in this car, so that's pretty much the plan at this point. But weather's still miserable. If you look at the weather map on the car, it's just green all around us, so hopefully we don't hit anything too bad today. But yeah, so far so good. Traffic has been pretty light, and we're now going to be cutting through Richmond, so we'll see you on the other side. State of charge, so we are exactly halfway of our battery since we've left the hotel. We've done about 105.2 miles there, so 105 miles in 43%, and we have about 65 miles to go before we get to our charger. And as you can see there, it's showing now a 15% state of charge on arrival. It was actually 10, 11 not too long ago, so it has been adjusting back and forth still. And as you can see from our efficiency, we've been, not exactly being super efficient about things. So we are definitely, trying to burn off some extra juice that we got. And yeah, so about an hour and change till we get to that supercharger in Bealton, Virginia. And then, yeah, charge up, and hopefully the rest of the day goes okay. Still lots of drizzle here. We're just getting a lot of rain, and it's just really annoying, but hopefully we'll see some sunlight today. That's kind of the hope right now, but just dealing with this right now. Notification here at 36%. So once again, it says that we're going to get there with about 16%. And yeah, still got almost an hour before we're there, 52 minutes. So yeah, it's definitely thinking that we're going to need to precondition. And I mean, it is 54 degrees outside, so it is cool. So the battery can be cooling off during this process. And yeah, so looking pretty good. You can see we're about 350 miles into this trip. So we're basically at the halfway point of the whole entire trip. Since we left last night. 122 miles today already covered, so doing pretty well. And still drizzling outside, still cloudy, but we're going pretty well here. All right, well, somehow I managed to miss our exit. There was some changes to 95, and I guess I got stuck in the wrong side of the lane there. So it looks like might be just going up towards Washington at this point. So, yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. Unfortunately, I just missed that turn there, and we just, yeah, they put in an easy pass lane, and that was it. So I guess we're gonna go up to here, take 495 around Washington, and then that will take us up out to 81. That's this way. So if anything, it'll probably be a little quicker overall. Yeah, it actually says we're gonna get the Rockaway about 420 now. So yeah, so I guess we're gonna do that. I don't know how we did. So 95 completely changed in that section. They now have an express lane that's easy pass only, and then if you don't get over to the right, then you get put into the left side of 95. But then that's not easy pass. Easy pass is even further left. So we got kind of split and got kind of sent off to the left side that was still 95, but not easy pass. It was really weird. On top of that, we could have made a U-turn and gone back, but there was just a boatload of traffic, and that's very typical for Fredericksburg, is just to be traffic. I mean, it's usually just awful with traffic. And so this actually might have worked out for the better for us. So whatever, it is what it is. I'm not too concerned. But that was a little weird. I wasn't even really paying attention now. I didn't think we were anywhere near Fredericksburg. I thought we still had like another 40 minutes, but no, it was right there. And yeah, oh well. So we're gonna keep going. The weather is starting to clear up ever so slightly. It's at least not raining at this point. So we got about 29 miles till we hit the next charger in, looks like Springfield. And then we will, we'll go from there. And so, yeah, now it shows here, if you take a look here, we only have the next one in Virginia that we're gonna be stopping at, and then Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, and that is it. So we really only have 2 stops today now, since we did it this way, as opposed to doing it, arguably the easier way, but whatever. All right, well, I guess we'll continue on, and we'll show you. It says 14% state of charge arrival, so we'll see what that does. Just got to this really busy Tesla Supercharger, so we're gonna hold off on trying to do that EV Jack thing. But 178.4 miles at 283 watt-hour per mile, so pretty good. Honestly, I thought it would be worse today since we were all highway, but not too bad. Anyway, let's get this plugged in and see our charging speeds. All right, so we are actually at a pretty large Tesla Supercharger here. This is a, I just wanted to see how big it was. 6 available. Let's see. So yeah, 20 stalls. So it's a version 3, but it is busy. So I wonder if we're actually going to max out our speeds here. So you see we're at 15% state of charge, only doing about 188 kilowatts right now. So I'm thinking, and we were preconditioning on our way here, I'm thinking we are probably not going to get our full 250. I even pulled in next to this older Model S thinking if he was kind of sharing, but I guess that wouldn't be the case on a version 3. Yep, but we are ramping up a little bit, so 193. So as people plug in and unplug, we should start seeing a little bit more, you know, a little bit more speed there. So we're going to go ahead and probably go use a restroom, and we'll come back and check on this in a little bit. But it says we only need 7 minutes to continue trip, but I think what we're going to do is kind of charge pretty deep here, and then we'll just get back on the road and see where our next stop is. This says Dillsburg, PA, but maybe we can stretch it past Dillsburg a little bit and you know, maybe get all the way into pretty deep Pennsylvania Let's go north. There we go. It's a little bit better. And then maybe we could get past Harrisburg all the way to like almost Allentown would be pretty cool. Somewhere in that stretch would be good. In fact, I think there might even be an Iona charger somewhere in here that we may have to check out as well. So I'll have to check that out. All right, so we are charging up here. We're already at 65%. We just ran into the Target, grabbed just a small snack to hold us over for the trip. You know, nothing too big, just a little something, you know. So we just grabbed that for the road here. And we might grab lunch at the next charger. It's a little after 11 now. So our goal is to get around Washington, head up this route here, and then that'll take us out to Carlisle, Pennsylvania, which is just about Route 81 here. So we're just going to be cruising through and going past Hershey Park, which we were just at recently, earlier this year.
April.
Yeah, that was April this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it. So right now it says we're going to get to Dillsburg with 27%. So my goal is to probably well bypass Dillsburg, maybe get into Harrisburg as a possibility, or I wonder what it would take to get to Hamburg. That is a bit. It's 138 miles to Hamburg. We might be able to make that, but we would have to sit here for probably another 10 or 15 minutes. Not really sure if that is worth it at this point, because right now it says we get to Dillsburg and then we could get right home from Dillsburg. So that may be the best route. So I don't know. I think we're going to sit here for just a few more minutes. I got a couple more things I got to do on my phone, and then I think we'll just take off, and then whatever it is, it is. We'll see if we can make it to Hamburg, and if we can't make it to Hamburg, let's see how big of a charger. Ooh, that blew things up. Hold on a second. There we go. Let's see. How big of a charger is Hamburg? It's an 8 stall, so it's a pretty small one, but it's in the middle of nowhere, so that shouldn't really be much of an issue. And Dillsburg is also an 8 stall, so really no benefit between the two. They're both version 3s. So yep, so I guess what we'll do is just hang out here for a few more minutes, get on the road. We'll see how everything goes as far as our travel. Traffic is looking pretty decent right now, which is good. And I think from there we should be good to get all the way up to Pennsylvania on the next charge. All right, as the supercharger quickly goes between lots of vehicles, I can still see them pulling in, pulling out. This is a very busy charger. But we are getting ready to go here. So we are at 75%. I think that's good enough. We're at only 60 kilowatt charging. Man, the top end of these batteries just does not do a great job. But we're gonna get back on the road here. So let's go ahead and unplug here, and like I said, we're going to play it by ear. We're going to get up to this area, and then we're going to see if we need to stop. We're not going to stop in Dillsburg. We'll probably keep going, but we'll see if we can make it all the way to Hamburg or not. So let's go ahead, unplug, and get ourselves out of here. Well, just leaving Springfield, Virginia there from that supercharger. Wow, that was a busy supercharger.
That was very busy.
20 stalls, and it seemed like at least 15 or 16 of them were taken all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it was a convenient location for us to grab some snack. What do we get there? Take a look. Let everybody see what we got there. So at Target, it's the, what's it called? Monster mix?
Peanut butter monster trail mix.
Peanut butter monster trail mix. It's as good as it sounds. And of course we had to buy the $8 container of it because, well, you know, you get a better deal if you buy it in bulk. So.
Yeah.
So at least we got ourselves our little road snack for now.
Boat snack.
Boat snack. And now we're back on the road. So once again, we're right now wrapping around Washington. So there's a lot of traffic here. We're just gonna try to get through here as quickly as possible. once we get around Washington and we start making our way out towards 81, then from there we'll start looking at what our options are for chargers, because right now it says we're going to get to that supercharger at 38%, which we're not going to do. So hopefully we can make it all the way to Hamburg, and if we can make it to Hamburg, then that would be kind of perfect. So that is our goal. So we will see how that goes, and in the meantime we're just going to deal with whatever this little traffic is here going around Washington. So, and then we'll hopefully get something to eat. A little bit late lunch today.
Later one.
Yeah, just because our whole plan got screwed up. We were supposed to have 3 stops today.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're doing it in 2.
Yeah.
Which is still amazing.
Yeah.
And kind of out of our area that we know very well. So
It's a little uneasy.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get around Washington, and then we will see how it goes. All right, well, just immediately into traffic. So, yeah, I don't know. This is pretty awful.
Mm-hmm.
And we're basically 4 lanes wide of bumper-to-bumper traffic right now.
Yep.
I don't know. There's really no other option here. We just got to get off right here. And that is where it looks like it gets even worse. Because right now, it shows that we're on right now is blue.
It's not blue.
What is that thumping sound?
I don't know. That's what I'm worried about.
That's not a tire thump, is it? Okay, it's gone now. I was like, uh-oh. Must have had a piece of asphalt or something stuck in the rock. Or stuck in the rock. Stuck in the tread. Thunk, 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 thunk. But yeah, so yeah, I guess we're just stuck in this for the next few more miles. There's nothing we could do. We've literally gone about a mile in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. So, oh well, nothing we could do at this point. But hopefully, once we start getting rolling again, we'll be moving, and then we can start playing with the navigation there to see if we can make it to Hamburg, and that would be our next and final stop for the day. We shall see. All right, so we went ahead and put that Hamburg Supercharger in there, so it's about 2.5 hours before we get there. And it does say we'll get there with about 10%, so that's near perfect of what we're looking to do here. So we are just sitting on, was this 270, making our way out to Frederick, which starts connecting us north to get to 81. And then once we get out to 81, then it'll be a pretty clear shot up to Hamburg there. But we're doing pretty well. We're just 33 miles into this part of our trip, 268 watt-hour per mile so far, mostly on the highway. And yeah, doing pretty well. Still some traffic out here, but it's definitely cleared up from before. Like right now, we're hitting some major breaks here because of an exit. So yeah. Anyway, we are just gonna keep cruising, and we'll see you in a little bit. Just stopped at the scenic overlook. It looks like more like overgrown. I think somebody needs to clean this up a little bit. So much of a scenic overlook. You can kind of almost see the mountains. You can see some of the trees changing colors. Guess it has some historic significance here. Oh well, that was kind of a waste.
Bummer.
Well, there it is. Welcome to Pennsylvania. All right, we're in Pennsylvania now. All right, just doing a quick check-in here at 25% state of charge. We are now on 81 going through Pennsylvania. So this is our last big highway stretch of this trip. You can see that we're 137.5 miles from our last charger, doing about 252 watt-hour per mile. So pretty good efficiency, almost 4 miles per kilowatt-hour. We are 545 miles into this trip, so we are getting to that final stretch. And you can see over here we got our Hamburg supercharger in the nav for about a 9% arrival. We actually had to change our destination. We're actually going to meet people at some diner that we used to be pretty close to, or at least a family business used to be pretty close to. So we're going to actually go there for dinner tonight, meet everybody there since it's sort of on the way. And yeah, so that's kind of our plan. So we get the Hamburg, and I did try to get to the Iona station. The Iona station is actually just past the Hamburg one, and it would have said we would have got there with like 0%. So instead of taking that chance, I think what we'll try to do is hit the Iona station maybe on the way back home this weekend, and see if we can get to there at that point, because I do want to really kind of see it. But anyway, that's kind of the goal right now, and we are just once again cruising down 81, and hopefully we can make some good time tonight and meet them at the diner. We're at 14% state of charge, only have about 13 miles to our charger. It says about a 9% arrival, and we are preconditioning the battery. I can also see that here from my Yes Slack light strip here. It's giving me these 3 dots here to indicate that we are preconditioning, so that's a nice little reminder to let you know that, you know, your battery's preconditioning for charging. And we're creeping up 575 miles now, 167 miles since last charge, so we're doing really well. Efficiencies are good. The day is beautiful. The sun is out, as you can see, over through the roof there. So yeah, finally getting some nice weather here. And yeah, the traveling has been a lot better than it was earlier today. Just got here at 8% state of charge, and it looks like we about 180 miles on that last leg. Pretty good, 256 watt per mile. See, that's the efficiency we've been looking for, almost 4 miles per kilowatt hour. So we are now at this Wawa station here, and we have this adapter thing that we want to give a shot and see how this works in the event of well, we need to, you know, escape for some reason. It's the escape connector, or escape. So let's go give this a shot real quick. All right, we've been charging for a little bit. We're now at 52% state of charge. Now it is pretty cool. It is pretty windy out here, but it is in the sun. And the EV-Ject feels perfectly fine. I'm not feeling any type of real heat from it. I mean, the Tesla handle is actually a little bit warmer. So yeah, pretty interesting. All right, well, decent charging stop here at this Wawa. It's good to be back up north and see some Wawas, that's for sure. But not a huge Tesla supercharger, about 8 stalls, version 3, so you know, you get plenty of charging speed here. But it's a nice place, decent food in there. We just got a little sandwich to hold us over because we got a couple hours until we get to the diner for dinner tonight. So yeah, it looks like we got about a 2-hour trip. I think that number keeps creeping up. I wonder if there's something going on the highway, because I can see those little marks right there, the red and orange. I hope something's not happening that's going to prevent us from getting there at least quickly. So all right, well, that's okay. I think we are at enough of a state of a charge so we can get going here. So let's wrap this up here in a minute and get on the road. All right, well, I guess it's about time that we have to escape from our charging session here because we're being attacked. So just to show you, we have our cable still plugged in to the eject. We are still charging here. And so let's simulate if we are in the vehicle and we are being attacked by an assailant. And then we need to get away in a hurry. What we do is we hit this button right here. And that should, there we go, boom. It killed our charging, and now we should put it in drive. Look at that. And then we drive away like crazy. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. That would break a lot of stuff. But that would be the emergency situation right there that you would have to get yourself out of the situation. You can see that the door flap closed because charging has, you know, disconnected here. So we'll just go ahead and yell at this for a second here and take it out. Come on. So I did notice that I had to pull the handle out from the charger from the EV-Ject first. Then I was able to pull the EV-Ject from the car. So there is a little bit of an order to do that. So that was a little interesting. But I think we're good to go now. Let's get back on the road. Well, we are stuck in traffic again.
Yep.
Those little red and orange marks on that line were accurate. So we just hit them now, and it looks like we'll be in this for a little bit. It's still suggesting or assuming we're going to get to the diner there at 5:11, which is not too bad. So definitely would have been better had we not hit this, but
yeah.
But anyway, since we're at the end of our trip, we could kind of wrap up some of the stuff we saw. So last night on our way to the hotel, we pointed out those school buses that were all plugged in. We couldn't get a video or anything of it. It was just, it happened so quick, and we drove by it. But there was just a bunch of, it was like a big overhang with a bunch of, I think they were level 2 chargers.
I think so.
And all the buses were parked underneath.
Plugged in.
So we actually saw, and this was in North Carolina.
Yeah, I think so.
Which I have heard that there have been some schools in North Carolina that have adopted electric buses, and they must be.
Okay.
That must have been one of the districts that we were in that so happened to do that. So that was really cool to see. They even had like a charge point DC fast charger there as well. So I saw that kind of sitting in the corner of the lot. So maybe if they need that for, you know, fast charging the buses or for anybody that wants to use it. But I thought that was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool.
And then from like last night, like all morning, we didn't see like almost any EVs. I didn't notice that many EVs this morning. Like almost none.
You didn't?
Not until we hit Virginia. When we got close to Washington, then it was like Tesla, 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 Tesla. It was like all Teslas. I've noticed. We saw that one Ioniq 5. I saw an ID4. I saw one Rivian later on in the day. But yeah, it was just like Teslas everywhere around Washington.
Interesting.
Just kind of interesting to see like the patterns of stuff. You remember that time when we went to Maryland? We stopped in Maryland, and it was like everybody had an Ioniq 5.
Yeah.
We stopped at that charger outside of Bel Air there. And like we pull in, there was like 4 Ioniq 5s at the charger. I'm like, they must have had a sale on Ioniq 5s or something at the local dealership. It was just ridiculous. It was just like string of Ioniq 5s. So I wonder if it's very like regional how certain cars are sold or something. Like I just wonder how that plays into it.
Good question.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Just thought that was cool.
Yeah.
So we tried the EV Jack thing. That worked pretty interestingly.
Yeah.
So you plug it in, you hold the latch, and then the only thing I screwed up, and I'll have to fix it in the next video, is that there's two Teslas right there. Undisconnecting it. I guess you have to disconnect it from the EV Jack first, then pull the EV Jack out of the car. Because I tried to pull the whole thing out, it wouldn't come out. But once I pulled the handle out from the Tesla charger, then all of a sudden it seemed to want to come out. So there must be an order of events that have to occur for that to work. But of course, in an emergency, that's not important. You just
peel out of it.
You just go. So you're not really worried about the end of it, unplugging it. But yeah, so we're rolling here in traffic. We're moving along. Autopilot has been amazing. Really impressed with Autopilot still after all these years. This is a hardware 3 car too, so I don't even have a hardware 4 car. I don't know if that makes much of a difference when it comes to Autopilot, but we should have subscribed to FSD during this trip. I should have had full self-driving. We could have just tried full self-driving the whole way here. It might have prevented me from making those 2 mistakes that I made.
Who knows?
But yeah, anyway. All right, well, we'll check in with you as we get further down the road. Well, we are on our final stretch here, and look how beautiful this is. All this nice. I mean, it was nicer a little while ago, but all the foliage, it's changing. We're seeing all the colors of fall here. Unfortunately, it's not 75 degrees outside, but I guess I'll take what I can get. So we are on Route 80 right now, heading eastbound, and then we got to rip it up 15. Back. Oh, there goes the wipers. Nothing there. And then we got to rip it up 15 to get to the Jefferson Diner. So in total, so far, we're at 662 miles. And 270 watt-hour per mile is our average for this entire trip so far. So pretty good, honestly. It all kind of evened out at the end. But yeah, so far so good. Weather's been nice for the last few hours. And I'm really impressed with how well this car did this trip. We've done this trip in our Mach-E, we've done this trip in our F-150 Lightning, but we've never done it in the Tesla before. And so it was really good to get a different perspective on how this car handles this trip versus those. And I do have some thoughts about that, but we'll hold those to the end. There's a Lightning going the other way. But yeah, so just overall fairly impressed, and definitely happy to have a Tesla to road trip with. Anyway, we'll see you at the diner. Looks a lot different now, but I spent a lot of time in that building. All right, well, I think we're gonna call it here at the Jefferson Diner in Lake Opaka, New Jersey, which I spent a lot of time in my earlier days. Total 683.6 miles. So we did under 700. That's because we made that mistake today and went a different way. 270.8 watt-hour per mile, 185 kilowatt hours, so a little bit over double of what the battery pack in this car is. So honestly, not too bad. All right, well, there is our trip from Myrtle Beach up to, well, not quite Rockaway, but Lake Opaka, close enough, not too far away. And yeah, so the car was really fantastic. Honestly, I forgot how great autopilot is. Just autopilot, not full self-driving, just autopilot. Efficiency was good. Range was fine. Like, what was it? A total of 3 stops to get here. Once we stopped at the hotel overnight, which was convenient.
Yep.
Then 2 more stops.
Yep.
That was the entire length of almost 700 miles. So, impressive.
Yeah, it was.
It was nice. Could have been more comfortable, but can't be too picky, I guess. Anyway, that is it. Do you have anything you'd like to add to this?
No, I think it was really nice seeing all the fall leaves and...
Definitely a change of seasons here. We haven't quite gotten there yet, down south. So...
But it's been nice.
It has been.
It was a nice ride up.
Exactly. Well, we are busy at a wedding this week. And then we got a couple days to hang out with family, and then we will be right back at it, heading right back down to Myrtle Beach on Sunday. So you'll be seeing us on the next video for that. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for watching all the way to the end as well. And of course, we'll see you on the next episode, which will be possibly a road trip. Thanks again for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. And remember, welcome to the future. Hey, there's everybody.
And welcome to Tech Motoring.
We'll see you soon, everybody. That was perfect timing.
Yeah, it was.
They're here.